to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another stream on the channel. We're back again with the Premier League predictions, review, whatever you want to call it. Well, it's predictions, isn't it? But we go through the previous games. Obviously, as you can see, not the Premier League trophy in the background and all of that. I just haven't changed it, of course. I got the Luton showing a bit, and yeah, I've been quite busy today as it is, so I didn't really get time to change it around and that. So yeah, but obviously we've got the Premier League balls there, so we've still got something to do with the Premier League and the overlay. Not that I think you lot are really bothered about how it looks, but as long as I'm on the stream. But yeah, big up everyone in the chat. Daniel said a while ago, appreciate you waiting, mate. He says another stream, T will smash my brother. Big up yourself. Yeah, I appreciate that. Big up T, big up yourself, as I said. Afternoon, Tyler, afternoon. Big up Munsey Talks. He's here. He says, big up, bro. Big up yourself. Luton done well again. Absolutely, they did. But yeah, obviously in today's one, there is certain ones we don't go through games. We just predict. Because, when they were getting rescheduled and all that, it was one of them, wasn't it? So obviously we're here. Don Ram says, Watford fan. Mate, I don't know. They change their name every 5 seconds. It is quite annoying, to be fair. So I don't know, mate, honestly. But yeah, like I said, we'll be going through the previous round of games. Won't be going through Burnley, Watford, because that was one game on a Saturday. I actually got that right, though. I did tell people in the group chat to do their predictions. Certain people did, certain people didn't. It ended up 0-0. I said it'd be 0-0. Got another 3 points there. But obviously, we'll review the other games, go through a table, show the points, and then obviously we'll predict the upcoming midweek games. So yeah, it's one of them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to put my laptop on charge because it is about to die. So yeah, bear with me while I just sort that out. Right, there we go. Right, it's on charge. So yeah, as I said, we'll start off by going through the previous games. So let me just get that up. And what a place to start, eh? What a place to start. As Daniel says here, louder notifications. As Daniel says here, Watford get battered everywhere they go. Watford get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. You know what I'm saying? 3-0 L to Norwich. And yeah, it's brilliant to see. I did watch it, of course. Friday night vibes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was mental. It was a mental game. I'm just going through it again. But yeah, it weren't the best of first halves, if I'm being totally honest. Don Ram says Chelsea tickets already sold out. I've got someone who's sorting me out a ticket. So yeah, I think I'll be chilling with that. But how they already sold out? So they've not even come out, have they? So I don't really know how that works. But anyway, yeah, first half was pretty poor, if I'm being honest. And then Sargent, what a game my guy had. What a goal. Joking, lad, don't know what I was going to say. What a goal, mate. What a first goal that was by Sargent. Crossbarring in. The Watford keeper trying to say it didn't go in. Shut up, mate. Shut up. Hold that, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Great goal. And then Sargent scored again. Later on. Another, good goal there that he scored, And then they just scored again. And then obviously this was Ranieri's last game. I had that feeling he was going to get sacked. You know what Watford are like with managers anyway. It's a bit of an obvious one. But yeah, it's not even that they, lost like a fair, like a 1-0. They got slapped. You know what I'm saying? They got slapped. Yeah? Slapped. Embarrassed. Absolutely embarrassed if I was a Watford fan. It's brilliant to see them leaving. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to go through the games for a while. I just want to get on with the rest. But another game to smile at. Steven Gerrard's men. They went to Goodison Park. Obviously, Rafa Benitez got sacked. They went to Goodison Park and they got a result. Now, the key talking point of this is as soon as the Villa goal happened, brilliant goal it was by Buendia, brilliant header. I didn't like the way Digne was getting boos and that. I really didn't, because he didn't do anything wrong. You know, certain players, they look at stuff and they're like, oh yeah, they're not really doing much. You know what I mean? Like certain teams, like they're not doing much. They might want to change. You know, there's clearly something going on at Villa. Everton's just Everton. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be serious now. And yeah, it just wasn't. You know, I just didn't like the way they were throwing all the bottles at him and that. Like anyone or their team, but the way they were booing him, it wound me up. It was like, what? Like he done big things to you. When he left, as far as I'm aware, you know, I might be totally wrong, but he didn't disrespect him. Not that I can think of. So, you know, when they were doing all that, it was a bit like, oh, come off it. You know what I mean? Like it was silly, but great. They, you know, got the win. Good to see Gerrard violating the Everton lot, sticking his tongue out, and now that's brilliant to see. But yeah, win for Villa there. Next game, Brentford took on Wolves and lost. Yeah, it's not looking good for Brentford recently. You know, they had a very good start. They've seemed to, you know, fall down the pecking order a little bit. But Wolves, you know, got the win. This was Traore's last game. He did score, but it obviously didn't count. But yeah, very good win for Wolves. But the main talking point of this game was the drone. If I'm being totally honest, it was the drone. There was, I think it's like 20-minute delay or something mad like that. But yeah, you know, Wolves going 1-0 up. Moutinho in the second half, good goal. Obviously, there was a lot of added time due to the drone incident. But yeah, what a goal that was by Moutinho. Good link-up play as well. Shot into the bottom left, it was, from outside the box. And yeah, Brentford equalised later on in the half. Very good goal by Ivan Toney. I'm not going to lie. I prefer his old trim, though. You know what I mean? I don't like this. You know, he's got his hair short. I don't know. But it's not my opinion at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But yeah, great goal by him on the volley. Oh, that was a nice goal. I did like that. And then Wolves, you know, a couple of minutes later, really get another goal. Neves. Now, for me personally, I think the keeper should have done better there. You know, but then again, the defending should have been better. But yeah, as I said, Traore scored as well, but it was offside. And yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. But Wolves, obviously, they'll be very happy with that. Away, they know Brentford is not always the most easy place to be, to go and play. Even though, you know, they've not done well with recent times. You know, when they do tend to play teams at home, they tend to keep it narrow or even get a result. You know, you look at Liverpool, I've said it plenty of times, you know, and then even when they lost to Chelsea and City, you know, they've been like 1-0 losses, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And even in some of them losses, you could say potentially it deserved to be draws. Maybe not the City game, but in my opinion, you know, maybe the Chelsea one. Considering they hit the woodwork a couple of times. Mendy done some great saves, don't get me wrong, but the woodwork ones, if they're a bit more to the other side, Mendy ain't saving them for me. But anyway, that's a different game. But yeah, as I said, Wolves will be happy. They got the points. Brentford won't, in my opinion. But it's one of them. But the next game, Leeds took on Newcastle. Now, it weren't the greatest of games, I'd say. I'd say Wolves had a lot of... no, not Wolves, sorry. Leeds had a lot of chances in the first half, but they just couldn't make anything happen. The goal in this game was obviously Shelvey, free kick. It wasn't a bad idea, to be fair. They were going potential VAR for when on the goal, because they were potentially a foot stuck out on the Newcastle goal. Obviously, it stood in the end, and yeah, Newcastle will be very happy with that. They should have Wolves lost to Norwich. I don't even know. What did I say? I don't even know what I said. Unless you're just saying that randomly, I don't even know. But yeah, Newcastle will be, you know, happy with that. They should have got a penalty as well, in my opinion. St. Maximum, for me, that's a penalty. There's contact at the end of the day. I don't know how that was not a penalty. You know, they had a lot of chances. St. Maximum laid it off to, Fraser, poor shot by Fraser, is awful. And he laid it off to Joe Willock. Good save by the keeper, to be fair. So, yeah, Newcastle probably felt they deserved more, but they got the 3 points at the end of the day. And another win out of their, they haven't had a lot of wins. So, they got a win there and they'll be happy with that. But, yeah, I'll move on to the next game. Boy, all right. Now, everyone was talking about this. I didn't watch it live. Everyone was talking about it, or the goal shouldn't have stood and all that. That is the only key talking point, in my opinion, in that game. I think West Ham had a lot of chances. Could have maybe done better. But, yeah, United, for me, that's onside. You can't be offside with your arm. I saw it on VAR. I saw it in real time. People sending me pictures, that sort of thing. A picture, when it's something like that, you can't tell. So I looked at it properly. It's only right. I had to, obviously, to do this as well. And it's onside for me. You cannot, even though I don't like Man United, you lot already know. Yeah? You cannot be offside with your arm. So for me, there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. I understand they'll be fuming, West Ham, because they did play well. Let's be serious. But they didn't take their chances at the same time. And it was like near the end of the game. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it for me. I'm going to be totally honest. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I will say on that game. Because that was all really happened. Let's be serious now. But moving on to the next game. Now, I did do a watch along to this. Southampton took on Man City. Now, obviously, this was after Luton lost as well. So it was one of them. But what a game this was. This made my mood a bit happier, seeing City drop points. Not that I think it will matter in the title race, but it was good to see. Southampton had a very good start. Kyle Walker-Peters, what a finish that was. Now, I rate him. I do rate him very highly. Brilliant goal it was by him in the 7th minute. And, 1-0 up in the first half, they go. And then City, obviously, late on in the second half, get a goal from a set piece. Laporte, good goal to be fair. But yeah, Southampton defensively were exceptional. Bar the goal, other than that, unreal. I think Salisu had an excellent game. I think he was the way he was just clearing everything, winning everything. Brilliant game for him. And yeah, that's why I say to people, put respect on Southampton's name. I've said it plenty of times now. People seem to forget, they lost their best striker in Danny Ings. They lost their best centre-back in Vestergaard. They've still kept hold of the manager, who's very good, Hassan Hootel, Ward-Prowse, who we all know about him, and they've replaced them. But people put them in the relegation zone due to them losing them players. And for me, they're nowhere near, or going to be nowhere near that relegation zone come the end of the season. They are a good team. I like them. I do like Southampton. People need to put respect on their name. I've said it for ages. Get a draw against City as well. Not a lot of teams will do that this season. Even win. You know what I'm saying? So, as I said, defensively, they were top-notch. Big shout-out to Salisu. Man of the match. Loads of their players were good, but he was the standout. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's all I will say about that game. But, yeah, moving on to the next game. Now, obviously, I did a watch-along, of course. Selhurst Park. I got this game spot on as well. Liverpool took on Crystal Palace. Now, brilliant. It was a brilliant win in the end. Alisson, can't lie, he sort of kept us in the game now. I'm not even going to lie. At points, we scored early on. Van Dijk, we looked very good at the start. Obviously, still no Salah or Mane at this moment in time. Obviously, they were at the AFCON. But yeah, Van Dijk got a goal very early on. Good header, gas to see Van Dijk come back and score. Very good header, unmarked, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And then, we get another goal later on in the first half. Ox. Now, Robertson, what a ball to Ox. And that was back-to-back. He set up Ox 2 games. Obviously, done it against Brentford as well. What a touch by Ox. What a finish. Now, I was saying at the start, I was happy to line up bar Ox on the wing. So I weren't too sure if he was good on the wing. But previously, he's played on the left side of the wing. This game, he was on the right. And, yeah, I didn't think he was that bad at all. if I'm being totally honest. Great goal. And yeah, he was causing threats. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we go 2-0 up into half time. As I said, Leeds had a few chances. Backhill, good save by Alisson. A few one-on-ones. Alisson had a brilliant game. And when he's playing like that, I don't care what anyone says. He is, if not the best keeper in the world. When he's playing like that, the thing I will say about Alisson that does, for me, hold him back from consistently being the best goalkeeper in the world is he does rush out a lot, and it makes me feel like, oh no, what you doing? Like you saw Kelleher do it yesterday. Boy, I won't go into that too much, but that'll be for another time. But yeah, stuff like that for the keepers, they do make me go, whoa. And there was a spell where you saw Alisson do it a lot, and it was like, boy. But yeah, it was one of them. Edouard got a goal for them, easy enough goal for him, played across. Van Dijk was ball watching. I can't even lie, he got caught off there. And yeah, simple enough finish to make it 2-1. And then, everyone's talking about the penalty. It's a penalty at the end of the day. Like, how can you tell me that's not a penalty? At the end of the day, there's contact. Whether he's meant to do it or not, there is contact. People are like, oh, he might not have got there. How do you 100% know he might not have got it? What? Because the ball was ahead of him? Well, come on, man. Like, it was a penalty. We took the penalty well. Fabinho, good penalty, and that sealed it. That sealed the win. That sealed the 3 points. But as I said, Palace away is tough to go to, but I think, we could have got a few goals, and we did. They make it hostile and all that, but credit to them. They did play well, but yeah, all these guys saying it weren't a penalty, whatever. Like, I've already addressed it, you know what I mean? But obviously we're going back to this, so that's why I spoke about it again. But moving on to the next game. Shocking. Absolutely shocking from Arsenal. 0-0 to rock bottom Burnley. You know what I'm saying? Burnley as well had no cornet. Obviously, he was at the AFCON. Wood went to Newcastle. They've still got Barnes, but it's not really a threat, is it? Like, I know they got McNeil as well, who I rate highly. But it's poor from Arsenal at home. With the way Burnley have been, you got to think 3 points, surely. And it was just awful. It was terrible from Arsenal. It really was. Burnley had a lot of chances as well. Credit to them. But yeah, Arsenal didn't take their chances at all. Ramsdale was getting furious. He got away with one, though, when he punched it out. And it weren't a great punch at all. That could have cost him. It really could have. So he got away with that. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, poor from Arsenal. Lacazette, I think he done well in the first half. Second half, I don't think he was that great. That chance near the end. Potentially he's got to be scoring that. But yeah, it was embarrassing from Arsenal, if I'm being honest. And I'm not even disrespecting Burnley. I'm just saying, the form they've been in. You're at home as well. Should be getting 3 points. But I'm gonna read some comments. Daniel says Leeds falling apart. Think they might go down, in my opinion. I think they'll just stay up. Because you got to remember they got quite a lot of injuries as well. Hayden says hello. Well, he says hi. What a dead game. Yeah, trust me. But moving on to the next game. Excuse me. Obviously, these are the Sunday 2:00 games. Leicester took on Brighton. And yeah, it ended 1-1. What I will say about this game, good to see. Yes, I did, Chris. Good to see James Justin back. Obviously, he's a former Luton player from Luton, everything like that. And yeah, good to see him and Drewsby all starting. Obviously, Drewsby all done big things for Luton on loan last season. And yeah, it's good to see them both on the pitch at the same time. But obviously, I took on Brighton. And yeah, it ended 1-1, like you lot can see. Leicester getting a goal early in the second half. Daka, I think it's an easy enough finish for him, if I'm being honest. And then Leicester just, I don't know, they just weren't great after that, in my opinion. You know, as soon as Welbeck come on, I'm not going to lie, he was causing a threat. You know, he'd done a header. Schmeichel saved it. You know, Leicester cleared it off the line. Tielemans, I believe. And then Welbeck, you know, he got another chance to have a header and he scored another late goal. Well, sort of late. Obviously, he scored a late goal this season against Chelsea as well. But he sealed them the point. You know, they could have got 3. I think some Brighton fans won't be happy because the way, not won't be happy, but felt they could have got more. I really do. You know, the chances they had. It weren't like they were poor from them chances. They were just, more could have happened. You know what I mean? But it weren't them doing poor. You know what I'm saying? The way Leicester just shut off, you know, it could have happened. But obviously it didn't. Big up Ravi, says, yo, big up. But, you know, a point's better than none for Leicester's sake. That's what I will say after the second half performance they did have in that game. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game, the last game. Obviously, I did do a watch along to this as well. London derby. Chelsea took on Tottenham. And Chelsea just, you know, every time they play in recent times, Chelsea just always have their number. Whatever competition, you saw it in the League Cup. And you saw it here. You know what I'm saying? The main talking point, I suppose, from this game is Spurs' disallowed goal. At the end of the day, it might be a soft push, but it's still a push. You know what I'm saying? Even you know, because I had my sound on a little bit, even they were saying, you know, it's a foul. You know, it's contact at the end of the day. It might be a bit harsh, but it's a push. You can see that he's pushed him. So for me, rightly so, that got disallowed. The Harry Kane goal. Push on Thiago Silva. Clear, man. Clear as day. But yeah, obviously it's 0-0 at half time. You know, I wouldn't say it was a great first half. You know, as I said, the talking point is that disallowed goal. But going into the second half, you know, Chelsea, Ravi is literally saying what I was about to say. That goal from Ziyech, that was disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting. The way it just like went like that into the top left was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Sick goal. Sick goal it was. And then, you know, shortly after, Chelsea getting another goal. Thiago Silva. Good header, to be fair. Good header. And then from there on in, I just thought the game was done, if I'm being honest. Especially with how abysmal Tottenham have been against Chelsea as well, like I mentioned. So, yeah, it was one of them. It was one of them. Ravi says he murked the team. He absolutely did. But yeah, that's all the games from the last game week reviewed and all of that. So what we'll do now is we'll have a quick look at the Premier League table. So let me just get that up without hitting my elbow off the fan. Jeez, that hurt. But yeah, let me just get it up. Right, I'm not going to zoom out or anything. We'll just go through it slowly. So yeah, bear with me while I share it. So this is the table as it stands. So Man City are still top, you know what I'm saying? 9 points clear. Liverpool in second, 48 points. Chelsea 1 point behind. Man United fourth. Obviously that win took them above West Ham. West Ham fifth. Arsenal sixth. Tottenham seventh. Level on points, but Arsenal have a better goal difference. Better goal difference. Wolves 8th, Brighton 9th, Leicester 10th. Leicester 10th. Pretty mad to see, isn't it? Villa 11th, Southampton 12th. What's that? Palace 13th, Brentford 14th, Leeds 15th, Everton 16th. Norwich, that win against Watford took them out of the relegation zone. Watford and Newcastle, they do have a game in hand, but yeah, it's one of them. Twatford, shall I say, 18th, Newcastle 19th, and Burnley still bottom. So yeah, that is what the table's looking like at this current moment in time. So yeah, we coming for you, Arsenal. Yep, we'll get into that, but we're going to move on to the points now. The points of the the Premier League. So yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this, send this to the group chat. But I am in the lead. Still, I'm actually doing bits in this Premier League one. I can't lie. I'm 6 points clear. So obviously I'm on 76. Brad's on 60. Alex is on 67. Alex had a really good start, and then he is slipping a bit here. I'm not going to lie on this Premier League one. He's still up there, but, you know, he was second for a while, and now he's not. Max with 58. Someone's beeping out there. A bit mad. Liam's on 70, so obviously Liam is in second place now. Perry's on 59. Kenny's on 35. James is on 26, but he hasn't done it for a while. Chris is on 52. Cop's on 25. Again, he hasn't done it for a while. Daniel's on 52. Lewis is on 29. And Harvey, not Harvey, sorry. Bloody, I don't know why I said Harvey. Bloody, that is not what I meant at all. Hayden, sorry, is on 6, as you can see. But Arsenal 2 are washed up like very liquid. God. But yeah, I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to the group. So bear with me while I do that. Right. Just get that sent quickly. Wherever the group chat's gone, there it is. 52, love to see it. Yeah, you're not doing bad, mate. You are not doing bad, to be fair. Considering you started late as well. Well, not late, but, you know, you joined later on. So, yeah, I have to give you credit, mate. You are actually doing bits, as they would say. So, yeah, fair play, mate. But, yeah, time to get onto the predictions. I've sent it to the chat. So you'll see what they're all saying a bit. Excuse me. Right, time to predict this midweek games. Now, there is 9. I think Brighton and someone else are not playing. I'm not too sure why. But, yeah, first game. Let me get rid of the points. Actually, don't need that now. And let me change this real quick, because I always forget. But this time, I remembered to do it before. There we go. Right, so the first game. Do you do this every Prem season? Yeah, I will be. Obviously, this is the first time doing it. But yeah, I will be. But yeah, obviously, first game, Newcastle taking on Everton. Now, for me, this is a game that could go either way. Obviously, Newcastle got a win in their last time out. Obviously, they're not in the FA Cup, losing to Cambridge. Certain teams can beat Cambridge away from home. You know, we would slap them up at home as well. But anyway, taking on Everton, who will have a bounce now. You know, obviously, they lost their last league game, but the FA Cup, they got that big 4-1 win. You know, I knew they'd win. I didn't say 4-1, but I said 2-0. You know, I just knew there'd be a buzz around the club. You know, Lampard coming in. You know, for me, he's not all that. But it's not Rafa in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Agent Rafa, big up yourself. But anyway, you know, he done. Yeah, you know, Ashley Cole's come in as a coach or whatever as well. They've had a decent transfer window, I would say. So all of that, you know what I mean? Daniel says, I think this will be a high scoring game. I absolutely see what you say. See what you're saying, sorry. Ravi says, I think it'll be a draw. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, Ravi. I'm going to agree with you. I do think it'll be draws up, and I do think it'll be a high-scoring game, like Daniel said. So I'm going with a Desmond. I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Now, a lot of people in this game have said it could go either way, or you know, and stuff like that. I totally understand, but I'm gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna go with a draw, a 2-2, like I said. So yeah, that's my prediction. Moving on to the next game. Which is West Ham taking on Watford. Now, West Ham got very lucky in the FA Cup. Obviously, late goal from Rice. You could see the, you know, quality of Rice. You could tell he's the best West Ham player, in my opinion, you know, when he come onto that pitch. Like, even the way he was just on the ball doing stuff. And obviously, good late goal it was. But they did get away with that. You know, in my opinion, then the goal at extra time right at the end. I won't go through what everyone else said because because it's quite long. But yeah, as I said, a lot of people went both ways. But taking on Watford, who obviously got slapped up to Norwich. Obviously, not in the FA Cup. They got slapped up in that as well, you know what I mean? They got Roy Hodgson in. For me, it's a bit embarrassing. Like, you had to call a manager out of retirement to try and help your club, even though you'll probably sack him in about 2-3 months. But yeah, looking at this game, it's at West Ham. West Ham do well at home. I think it's not going to be a high-scoring game, unlike the other game I just predicted. But I do think West Ham will win. I'm going to go over 1-0. A sneaky little 1-0 to West Ham. That is my prediction. 1-0 West Ham. And everyone so far that has predicted on Premier League predictions that I do has backed West Ham. So yeah, that is what we're saying around here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll move on to the next game. Burnley taking on United. I don't think this will be a great game either. Burnley, I know they have players back like Cornet and, well, they're out of the FA Cup, aren't they? He lost to Huddersfield. So, I know they're going to probably have him back unless he's injured or anything. But they're taking on United, who had that shocking game to Middlesbrough. Ronaldo was awful. That's probably the worst I've seen him in the United shirt. He tried to do a back heel and he hit his other foot. He missed a penalty as well. He was awful. Fernandes missing that open goal as well. And I had a feeling as soon as it got to penalties, I was watching it. My mum and stepdad, I said to them, Middlesbrough will win. They're both like United. I said, Middlesbrough will win this. You know what I mean? Max, I'll put in your predictions in a second. But yeah, do you know what? Now, a lot of people have said a narrow United win. Some people, one person has said a Burnley win. I'm going to go over draw. I'm actually going to go over draw. I'm just not convinced by United. Like, I'm really not. If they win this game, it'll be like a 1-0 or maybe a 2-0, a 2-1. I think they'll win by like one goal if they're to win. But I'm going to go over draw. I'm going with a... I'm going with 1-1. That's what I think for this. But yeah, I'm going to put in Max's predictions. So yeah, like I mentioned though, in previous episodes, if anyone wants to be part of this, I'll add you to the Instagram group chat. Obviously, you've got to have Instagram, and yeah, we'll get things sorted. But yeah, Max has gone with 2-1 Newcastle against Everton. 2-1 Newcastle. And as for West Ham Watford, he's gone 3-1 to West Ham. 3-1 West Ham. There you go. Or Burnley win. Yeah, Ravi, mate, if you want to be part of it, then feel free. And I'll add you to the group chat. Cornet is back. He was playing against Watford. I was watching Luton. I don't have time to watch that shit. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't know. But yeah, cheers for telling me. Burnley, 2-0 United, you reckon? Okay. But yeah, there we go. Right, there's that game. Now, moving on to the next game. Norwich versus Palace. Now, a lot of people are saying, it could go either way here as well. Norwich, they'll be buzzing from that win. Actually, they went through in the FA Cup, didn't they, as well? They won't be buzzing with who they got in the next round. I've already seen it. They're not happy with that at all, their fan base. Oh, Liverpool again, are you kidding me? But yeah, good win against Wolves. Now, I thought it'd be a tight game, but I didn't think they'd win that. So fair play, away as well. And obviously the Watford win. The Watford win 3-0. Sargent, as I mentioned earlier, had a brilliant game in that. They're taking on Palace, who obviously had that 3-1 loss to Liverpool. Beat Hartlepool in the Cup, which is expected for me. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It is going to be an interesting one. I totally understand why people are saying it could go either way. Especially it being at Norwich as well. I think if it's at Palace, a Palace win more than likely. I am still going to go over Palace win here, but I'm going to go over 2-1. A 2-1 to Palace. I won't be surprised if it is like a draw or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Vieira will get his boys, you know, on another wing. Because as I said, they didn't play bad against Liverpool. You know, they didn't. Yeah, it was one of them. But Max has gone 3-1 Palace. So there's that. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game, which is Spurs taking on Southampton. Now, obviously, Spurs just had that 3-1 win against Brighton in the FA Cup. For me, Brighton were awful in that. The way Spurs were just cutting them open. It was I say cutting them open. They weren't even cutting them open. You know what I mean? They were just, it was too easy for them to find spaces. It really was. Taking on Southampton, who obviously got a draw against Man City, last in the league, and beat Coventry after extra time in the FA Cup. I was surprised about that. Thought they'd do it in 90. But yeah, you know, it's going to be an interesting one here. It's going to be an interesting one. Spurs at home. If they play like how they did against Brighton, even though I don't think they were that great, they just, you know, just done what they had to do. It's not like they played sick, in my opinion. 2 of the goals as well, I think Brighton could have done better. Not the Kane goal, that was a great goal. But the third goal and the other goal, I think Brighton could have done better there. But yeah, I'm going to back Spurs in this game. I think they'll get a clean sheet here. I do, even though Southampton, you know, had a very good result against Man City. I think Spurs will win this game. I'm going to back Spurs. I'm going to say 2-0. Say 2-0 Tottenham. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Max says, so happy about FA Cup scores. Yeah, it was some good games. There could have been a lot more shocks, especially when you're looking at games midweek on midday, on the Saturday. New City would win 4-1. Yeah, you got that right. And just had a feeling Liverpool would concede. Yeah. Max has gone 2-1 Spurs. Now, a lot of people have gone 2-1 Spurs. Everyone that's predicted has gone for a Spurs win. So, yeah, that is what everyone's saying there. But, yeah, next game at the Etihad, or the Etihad. Jokes. Man City taking on Brentford, who obviously Brentford had their loss to Wolves and a heavy loss to Everton in the Cup. City obviously beat Fulham 4-1. It's mental, isn't it? Top versus top in the top 2 English leagues, and City are just loving it. You know what I mean? They're loving it. You know, obviously in the league, draw to Southampton, so they want to get back to winning ways. At home against Brentford, I think they will. You know, I think the Ivan Toney stuff, you know, I still think he'll get goals, but, you know, I think that's going to play a part now. You know, obviously what he said out in Dubai, I can't believe, well, I think it's a little meme. I don't know if it's true, but I know he come out and said, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into it. But, yeah, I think City will win this. I think they win it quite comfortably as well. Sorry, Brentford fans, but I do think that I'm going to go for 3-0 City. I think it's going to be casual. Like, I think it's going to be 1-0 for City. But yeah, a lot of people, obviously everyone said City win. Closest has been a 3-2. So yeah, but as I said, I think City will just be, you know, just playing sick. You know what I mean? I think it'll be 1-0 for Brentford. It'll be 1-0 long ones. So yeah, that is what I reckon for this game. Yeah, it's 1-0. It is 1-0. I think it might be similar to when they come to Anfield, Brentford. It'd be like that. Like, they might have a few chances, but, you know, in the end, the quality will be shown. Max has gone for the same score as me. He's gone with a 3-0 City. So, yeah, there's his prediction there. But moving on to the next game, Villa taking on Leeds. Now, a lot of people going into this are saying like a Villa battering. I don't know about Villa battering. I'll be honest, I think Villa will win, but I don't think a battering. You know, obviously Leeds losing 1-0 to Newcastle. I know obviously Villa are doing a lot better than I can't remember what I said. I know Villa, I don't know. But anyway, I know Villa are doing a lot better than Newcastle. I think that's what I meant to say. But yeah, you know, Villa at home as well. You know, they can create a brilliant atmosphere. You know, I do think they'll win. Don't get me wrong. I do think they'll win. But I think it'll be a narrow win. I do. I think Leeds will play out right. But, you know, Villa will end up with the 3 points and have that clinical edge. That's what I reckon for this game. So I'm going to go for 2-1 to Villa. You know, a lot of people are saying like 3-0. I don't know about that. I don't know. But yeah, that is my prediction. Watford get battered everywhere they go. Watford get battered everywhere they go. Yeah, they absolutely do, mate. They absolutely do. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I mean? They get pumped everywhere they go. Up the hole, I guess that means. But yeah, it's one of them. I do think Gerrard's men will get it over the line and get that victory. That is what I think of that. So yeah, we'll move on to the next game. Liverpool taking on Leicester. Now it's going to be a feisty one, and obviously, as you lot can see in the title of the thumbnail, or the stream, whatever, revenge. Now, what's my score for FA Cup? Alex says I'll get into it. I'll get into everyone's scores on the next FA Cup. But yeah, I've done it all. Liverpool versus Leicester. Now it's going to be a feisty one. You know, people bigging up Leicester. I think even I done it a couple of weeks ago. I might need to rethink. You know, people bigging up their fans saying, "Oh yeah, they're chill. They don't. You know, they're not knobheads basically." And you know, you saw it against Forest. You know, that fan that come on and punched the Nottingham Forest players. And yeah, that was disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting. I didn't even see it live. You know, people were telling me about it after. I was like, oh, I didn't even see that. But yeah, it was absolutely disgusting. And then, you know, beforehand as well, going to that pub, family-friendly pub, and you know, kicking off. Like, why didn't you go to where the Forest fans would have been? You know, all together. What? Because you wouldn't have done that. You shook. You know what I mean? And I've heard a lot of things about him. You know, I've got a mate who's an Arsenal fan, and he's told me a lot about him. You know, when he went away. So, you know, knobheads. And when it comes to Anfield as well, you know, all this feed the Scousers. I know it's a bit banter, but you know, they were, you know, some of the stuff they were saying, they were making it. You know, we had to bring in Tories and that sort of stuff. Like a football game, really. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, revenge time as well after that 1-0 defeat. I feel for Liverpool, that 1-0 loss was shocking. Obviously, they wanted their revenge for the League Cup, but you know, we're at home. Everyone's available. Obviously, I'll do a lineup I would play. But yeah, I reckon, you know, it is going to be a feisty one. But yeah, I'll get into the lineup I would do. So let me just share my screen. Bear with me while I get the thing up quickly. But yeah, right. Share screen. Daniel says salty Leicester fans. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Hayden says 5-0. So goalkeeper. Keller got away with one yesterday. I don't think he'll be in this game. I'm going to go with Alisson. Right back Trent. Straightforward. You know, what a delivery yesterday for that first goal as well. Just quickly. No, I ain't done that. Cool. Left back. Oh, I think Robertson will be back in. I think we'll go pretty strong, to be fair. You know, obviously league game, and you know, if we want to catch up, which, as I say, I don't think we will, but you know, we'll need to get some wins on the board, of course. Centre backs, I reckon he'll go Van Dijk and Matip, but obviously I'm going with what I would play. What are you doing? There we go. Matip. And then midfield, Fabinho as a CDM. He's been brilliant this year, he has. The midfield. We've got a lot of options now, haven't we? Thiago's back, Harvey Elliott. It's a tough one, you know. Henderson's been good on the right-hand side as well. I'll go Henderson on the right side. And Harvey Elliott can play on the wing as well, can't he? So, left side, I'd go with our strongest midfield, in my opinion. So that's obviously Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago. Left wing, I'd go Mane. I would go Mane. Through the centre, I'd go Jota. And then on the right, I'm not going to go Salah. I'm going to let him have a little break. You know, you don't want to rush him in after what happened as well. In my opinion, anyway. Charisma, you know what I mean. To Salah, obviously, I said that all yesterday. But on the right, I'm going to go Harvey Elliott. I'm going to go Harvey Elliott on the right. Because we know he can play there as well, innit? So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I won't be surprised if up top, though, it is potentially Jota on the left, Firmino through the centre, and Minamino. I'm not even joking. But yeah, that's the lineup I'd go for against Leicester. So Alisson in goal, Robertson left back, Trent right back, Van Dijk, Matip at the back, Fabinho as the CDM, Thiago on the left side of midfield, Henderson on the right, Mane on the left side, Jota through the centre, Harvey Elliott on the right. So yeah, that's what I'd go for. But yeah, that time for score prediction. Now, a lot of people are saying Liverpool battering. You know, I can obviously understand why. You know, the way they just got slapped up in a derby. Now, for me, pressure is on Rodgers now. You know, after that, you know, you get slapped up in a derby. You're the FA Cup holders as well. But I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring win for Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll edge it. I'm going to go over 2-1. Wherever the pen's gone. Oh, there it is. 2-1 Liverpool. But Max, I'll write in your score predictions in a second. 2-1 Liverpool. There was a mad prediction, that's all I will say. If you're on here, you know who I'm on about. 6-2 Liverpool there was. So yeah, what games did you not put in, Max? So, it's just after City. So, no, not City, sorry. Villa. 2-2, you got me with that. 2-2 draw. And then as for Liverpool, you've gone 2-1 as well. 2-1 as well. Liverpool. Obviously, I will be doing a watch along. These midweek games, some of them that are on BT. So that's always good. So yeah, I will be doing a watch along for it, unlike last time. Sorry about that. Just that check saying. But yeah, last game, Defo Kenny. That wasn't surprisingly. He sent me his, but he sent them right before I streamed. So I'll sort them out after. But yeah, last game, Wolves taking on Arsenal. Now, obviously, as you lot can see in the title of this stream, Arsenal finished, ? Now, the reason I say that is obviously I know they're still a big club and all that, but the ownership there has just not been good enough. You know, as an Arteta, his man management's poor. You know, the way they just dash Aubameyang out, you know, after everything he's done for them, you know, I'm fuming about it. I'm not even an Arsenal fan because it's just disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like, who do you think you are? I know sometimes people go, no player over manager, but he's not good enough. Look how many arguments he's had with players. You know, Guendouzi, Aubameyang. There's more. Torreira. You know, it goes on. You know, for me, he's shook of the experienced players because you look at it, their project at first was, you know, older sort of players. And now he's, you know, changed it to the younger sorts. You know, they're relying on youngsters. But it's just not good enough, especially for a club like Arsenal. It's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? But they're taking on Wolves, who obviously got knocked out of the FA Cup. And in their last league game, they got a win. So they're on the back of a win in the league. They're at home as well. They can create a good atmosphere midweek as well. Taking on Arsenal. obviously Arsenal had that shocking result to Burnley. You know, a lot of people will say, you know, a Wolves win, and I can understand that. You know, a few people still saying an Arsenal win. For me, I'm going to go with a draw. I think it'll be a draw. Obviously, it's Daniel's birthday then as well. So happy birthdays to him. Obviously, I'll, you know, give him a message nearer the time and all that. But yeah, it'll be his birthday. So hopefully they can get that birthday win. But I've got a feeling it's going to be a draw, personally. You know, and another thing about Arsenal, you know, they're saying, oh, you know, they had to call a game off because they didn't have enough players. And then they didn't even bring anyone in January and got rid of loads of players. You know, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Seriously, if that was one of my clubs, I'll be fuming. I'll be honestly fuming. But I know Luton won't have that because, you know, as I've said before, Luton's owners are actually fans of the club. You know what I mean? Unlike a lot of these so-called top 6 Premier League. Well, Arsenal are, but you know what I mean? Like, I put it in, you know, that because certain teams just brought their way up. But anyway, we'll get into that another time. But yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. I don't think Arsenal will lose, even though in recent times they do not have a good record whatsoever at Molineux in the league in recent years. I think they've only won there once. Obviously, there was once where it was a controversial game. David Luiz got sent off, and for me, he shouldn't have got sent off in that game. But yeah, you know, I do think it's going to be a draw. I do think it's going to be a draw. And as much as Wolves, you know, they have had some good games, there's still games where they've not been great. And I think this might be one of them where they don't get 3 points, like a lot of people would think, as well as some people backing Arsenal. But I'm going with a 1-1, like I said. And Max has also gone with a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Max has said this is his lineup he would play against Leicester. Alisson, Trent, Virgil van Dijk, Matip, Robbo, Fabinho, Diaz. Diaz is another good shout, but what I will say, the reason why I didn't start him, in my opinion, he's still learning the English language. And I think a lot of times yesterday, I don't like looking into it that much, but I think that's a lot of reason yesterday the ball didn't get played over to him quite a few times. But he done brilliant, you know, coming on, getting an assist. He was causing them problems. But yeah, the language barrier, he is working on that. But Thiago, Jota, Mane, Salah. Now, I wouldn't play Salah. I wouldn't. You know, let him have a little rest. Because you got to remember how many games in extra time he's played as well. He's got to fly over to a different continent, you know, come back to Europe. I wouldn't play him. Maybe Mane, but even then, I won't be surprised if Mane's, you know, not starting. But Mane was on the winning side and he hasn't played as much as Salah. So, you know, Mane will be raring to go. That's the reason why I do say Mane and not Salah. Even though Salah's great. You know, we all know that. You know, Wolves are getting top 4. I promise, better than United. No, I wouldn't say top 4. I can't lie. I wouldn't say top 4. It might. I think they might get Europe though, like Europa League or something. So you copy me as I put predictions first. Yeah, trust me, I'm not copying you. Watford to the EFL. Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully, and Luton go up. But yeah, people. We're going to wrap it on that. Wrap it up. Sorry, on that note. Obviously, I'll be back again at 6 with the Luton show with my dad. So yeah, feel free to come on to that. And yeah, I've enjoyed this stream. I've enjoyed it. It's been good interaction, and yeah, I've enjoyed this. It's probably been one of my favourite Premier League ones we've done yet. Obviously, we're on episode 21. You know what I mean? But that is done. That is wrapped up. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new with the notification bell on. That would be much appreciated. And Daniel says, good stream, T. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my other channel as well, where I post clips and highlights. Turn notification bell on for that as well. T-Boys TV Extra. And yeah, share the channel. And yeah, hopefully I'll see a lot of you on at 6 for the Luton show / the Hatters show. And yeah, I'll explain what we're talking about on that. We're going to be talking about a game against Cambridge. which will probably lead on to us getting Chelsea. We'll talk briefly about that, I can imagine, and then we'll preview the Barnsley game tomorrow at home. And I will be going to that, so there'll be a vlog as well. So yeah, keep your eyes out on that one. And I'll try and get that out as soon as possible after the game. Might be like an hour or so after, but yeah, we'll see. If not, it'll definitely be out on Wednesday. So yeah, definitely check that one out. Max says, "See you then, T. Is there any way for you to get my StreamYard account and add the video clip into my brand category?" What clip do you mean? Yeah, tell me what clip you mean. And I haven't got your details saved, so yeah, I'll need them. No, I shouldn't need them again. Well, I just can't remember what account you sent them to on Instagram, so I can find them on there, but I just can't remember what account it was. But yeah, I'll wait for you to respond to that, and then I'll go. But the halftime clip. The only problem with the halftime clip is it's got my thing on it, T-Boys. Like, it's got my YouTube picture at the top right. So yeah, that's the only thing about it. But yeah, it's one of them. No, I think I do have. No, I do have your details, mate. I just can't remember what account. Can't remember what Instagram account it is on. But yeah, it's one of them. It is one of them. But as I said, I might as well talk about games I'll potentially do a watch along for this week. Obviously, Liverpool in the Premier League. No games on Tuesday. Obviously, I'm at Luton or tomorrow. Wednesday, don't know what games are on Wednesday. Actually, I don't know if I can on Wednesday. I think I might be working during the night. Yeah, no, actually, no, I can't on Wednesday. I just remembered. So, yeah, it'll be Liverpool and obviously a vlog to Luton. Yeah, I'm not sure if there'll be any content out on Wednesday. But, yeah, definitely be on Thursday, like I said. But, yeah, I'll probably wrap it up here anyway, Max. Just message me or something like that. But, yeah, as I said, smash a like on the stream, be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new with the notification bell on. Same with my other channel, T-Boys Extra, with the notification bell on there, and share the channel. And yeah, I will see you guys at 6, just under an hour now. So take care and peace.